Is defense ready to call its first witness?
I am, Your Honor.
What?
I'm calling my witness. Does prosecution have a problem with that?
Objection. This is outrageous, Your Honor. They can't switch attorneys in the middle of a trial.
And that would be true except for the fact that I've been co-counsel on this case from day one.
Co-counsel? What planet are you living on?
The one where Pierce Inspector Litt is my attorney of record. I have the employee directory right here. My name is in it. It's been there since the beginning of this trial, and if you wanted to object to me, you would have had to have done it at the beginning of this trial.
Then I want them waiving all rights to a mistrial, and I want it in the record.
Your Honor, I'm not going to be punished just because she didn't understand that I've been representing myself this whole time.
He's got a point, Miss Gibbs.
Then I want them waiving all rights to a mistrial based on him representing himself.
My pleasure, Your Honor, because I don't expect we'll be needing a mistrial at all.
Then call your first witness.
Defense would like to call Gloria Danner to the stand. Please state your name for the jury.
Gloria Danner.
Mrs. Danner, a number of years ago, your son Clifford was convicted of murder and sentenced to prison. Is that right?
Yes, for a crime he didn't commit.
How do you know he didn't commit it if he was convicted of it?
Because you proved he didn't.
Mrs. Danner, can you tell the jury why it is that you're here today testifying and not your son Clifford?
He was working late at that diner. It was the only place he could get a job when he got out. 2 men came in to rob the place, and when Clifford tried to stop him, he was shot and killed.
I'm so sorry.
I worked my whole life to put him through school, and he ends up dying in the back of that restaurant in that part of town.
Can you tell the jury why you agreed to come and share your story for me today?
Prison ruined Clifford's life. And if you had been our lawyer from day one, he never would have been convicted in the first place.
Thank you, Gloria. No more questions, Your Honor.
Mrs. Danner, I happen to be familiar with your son's case. And I understand that in order to reopen it, Mr. Ross risked increasing his sentence to life.
That's correct.
Well, I'd like to know how you'd have felt if he lost that gamble.
I'd have been devastated.
And if that happened, how would you have felt if you then found out that Mr. Ross wasn't even a lawyer after all?
Objection, Your Honor. How many hypotheticals can she ask?
That's okay. I think everybody in this courtroom knows how they would feel. No more questions, Your Honor.
I wouldn't have cared what a piece of paper had to say, because Mr. Ross is the only lawyer I ever ran into that ever gave a damn about my son.
Mr. Ross, would you care to call your next witness?
I can't imagine anyone being more eloquent than that, Your Honor. Defense rests.